day 4 of making a Gromit animatronic for Halloween. So today we're making the very last part of this build, which is the head. So here we're 3D printing off some of the main facial features, such as the ears and the nose. Unfortunately, one of these prints did fail, so we had to go back and reprint it. But here we are starting on the main facial shape, which is sketching out, I love, like a backplate. And then we are then integrating in the shelf with the servos on and adding some protection around there. And then what we can do is you can start to shape out the bottom of the nose, which is more 3D. So creating that little template and then using the felt to create the shapes to try and make it a rounded shape with as minimal seams as possible, if that makes sense. And then we're starting to stuff that to give it the most. I've sort of done the shape around the bottom, which honestly looking quite good. And then here we're using more felt to connect this bottom section to the top section, keeping it round. And in terms of the top, I'm going to try and keep this area as clear as I can, maybe just like a single strip down the middle. Just because obviously these need to be able to turn, and there's like these bits which need to have enough clearance and everything. The forehead comes out quite a bit, so I need to do that. I'll then stick onto the body here. And then next doing the quite complicated bit of sort of shaping out the eyebrows and then creating the bit of felt that goes across here, which trying to do is one continuous piece. And then we're cutting out holes on top of that for the eyes to go through. Okay, so I've sort of done some of the felt work around the eyes. So I'm going to paint these ears next, so I can sort of get them in place and then do the felt work around it. But overall, I don't think this is looking too bad. Then here I'm starting to create the back of the neck, so adding the detail on there and then also creating the structure of the neck. And then here I am test fitting all of the electronics inside. I've got everything booted up, cabled up, so now I should, one second, if I start the code. Lovely. Okay then, so here I'm starting to add on the 3D printed pieces, so the ears and the nose which I've painted, and I'm starting to cut around the felt and attach them onto the head. Okay, I've just added all the 3D printed facial features. We've got the ears and the nose, and it's actually starting to look really Gromit-like now. Obviously, it looked pretty much the last thing to do, to be honest, is to obviously attach this onto the body. So I'm going to go do that and finish off any final details, and I'll see you tomorrow for the final reveal.